One word to describe Caitlin Clark.
Amazing. A beast. She is the truth.
It's intense. Caitlin Clark is off that shit now. She let it all slide the first year. They was pushing her and all that. She like, you know what?
I'm in here.
I'm here.
I'm here.
I'm here. And this is what it's going to be this year.
Caitlin Clark finally stood up for herself. No more staying quiet.
Most rookies ease their way into the pro leagues, finding their rhythm, earning respect, building their name bit by bit. But Caitlin Clark, she skipped the slow climb and burst onto the scene like a storm. No warm-up, no hesitation. Just instant impact. From her first game, Clark lit up arenas with deep, dagger threes and jaw-dropping no-look assists. She didn't wait for the spotlight to find hers, she became the spotlight. Her presence on the court wasn't just exciting, it was impossible to ignore. Her performance didn't just catch fans' attention, it echoed through basketball royalty. Larry Bird, a legend known for letting his game speak volumes, broke his usual silence to praise Clark. And when Larry talks, the entire basketball world leans in. But this isn't just about an impressive debut. Caitlin Clark is doing something much bigger. She's changing the game. Her impact is drawing praise from NBA legends, Hall of Famers, and iconic coaches alike. Every time she plays, it feels less like a regular season game and more like a cultural event. This isn't your typical rookie season, it's a basketball revolution. Clark isn't just riding a wave of popularity. She is the wave, a trailblazer, a game changer, and arenas aren't just lighting up because she's playing there, transformed by her presence. Each time she steps onto the court, Clark pushes the boundaries of what we thought was possible. Some call her the future of basketball. Others argue she's already the biggest draw in the sport today. But one thing's certain, this isn't just a hot streak, it's history in motion. Before the record-breaking stat lines, before the triple-doubles, before the three-point milestones, Caitlin Clark did something that sets her apart. She made people care. Not just the fans or the highlight reels, but the people whose voices shape sports culture. And when Stephen A. Smith, one of the boldest voices in all of sports, media famous for his no-holds-barred takes and fierce critiques, didn't just acknowledge Caitlin Clark. He celebrated her, and not just for her logo-range threes or stat sheets. It was something deeper, her mindset. Clark isn't just playing elite basketball. She's leading a movement. Every time she steps to a mic, she speaks with power, precision, and purpose. She's not asking for attention, she's commanding it. Her words remind everyone, from reporters to fans to longtime skeptics, that women's basketball isn't a sidebar, it's center stage. She's not just elevating her own play, she's lifting the entire league with her. And people are listening. Not just WNBA followers, but major voices across the NBA media world. The ripple effect is real and it's global. That when someone compares you to Magic Johnson, it's not just about skill. That's legacy level talk. Magic didn't just dazzle with his passes and that electric smile, he reshaped the very soul of the game. He changed how basketball was played, viewed, and loved. Now, Magic sees that same spark in Caitlin Clark, a player who doesn't just win games but transforms them. Someone who shifts the culture, expands the spotlight, and reimagines what the game can be. That's not just admiration. That's acknowledgement of history being made right now.
Totally applaud what Caitlin Clark is doing. She's putting the WNBA first. She's saying, yo, we matter first to me. We should matter first to the lady.
People listen in when he compares Caitlin Clark's impact to what he and Larry Bird did for the NBA. Back in the 80s, that's not just praise. That's generational validation. That's one legend recognizing another in the making. But Magic sees what we're all witnessing. How Clark embraces the spotlight, thrives under pressure, and fuels not just her team, but the entire WNBA. She's not just changing games, she's changing the game. Her presence is pulling in new fans, fresh energy, and serious revenue. The spotlight isn't just following her, it's growing because of her. And when a global icon like Magic, who helped elevate the NBA into a worldwide phenomenon, links Clark's rise to one of the most transformative eras in sports. That's not just admiration, that's a declaration. Something historic is happening right now, and he's not alone. Enter Coach Mike Krzyzewski, Coach Katha, architect of 5 NCAA championships, 3 Olympic gold medals, and the mentor to legends like Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, Kevin Durant, and Steph Curry. He's coached the best to ever play the game. And yet, when he says he wishes he could have coached Caitlin Clark, you stop and take notice. That's not just respect. That's reverence. Coach K doesn't just see talent or flashy highlights. He sees the rare kind of player who changes locker rooms, changes expectations, and reshapes the very culture of the sport. A foundational star, a franchise-altering presence. So when two of basketball's most iconic figures, Magic Johnson and Coach Casey, the future in Caitlin Clark, one thing becomes crystal clear. She's not just creating moments.
I love it because, to your point, they dominated in college, and
as you both did.
yes, and then they brought it over to the WNBA, just like we brought it to the NBA. We changed the NBA, they changed the WNBA.
The deep threes from way beyond the arc grabbed the headlines and flood the highlight reels. But what truly captured Coach K's attention wasn't the flash, it was the feel. What stood out was her passing, her timing, her total command of the moment. Caitlin Clark doesn't force the game, she orchestrates it, and when Coach Mike Krzyzewski, a man who's coached the greatest to ever step on the court, calls her a magical passer, that word carries serious weight, because magic, in this case, isn't just about piling up assists, it's about vision, anticipation, and court IQ. It's about sensing what's about to happen before anyone else does. It's what turns a talented playmaker into a true game changer. Clark doesn't just run the offense, she elevates it. She brings the best out of everyone on the floor. And when Coach K says, "I would have done exactly what she did," that's not casual praise. That's a legendary coach recognizing a kindred basketball-minded player who leads, connects, and sees the game through an elite lens. And this respect isn't just limited to coaches. Even Luka Doncic, one of the NBA's brightest stars, an MVP contender, and a player known more for his game than for making headlines, didn't hesitate when asked who his favorite women's player is. He gave one name, no delay, no second thought: Caitlin Clark. That kind of recognition. You don't buy it. You don't hype your way into it. You earn it with skill, presence, and impact that cuts across leagues.
Yeah, well, she's terrific, and it'd be easy to build something on her because she's very the best thing she does is pass. She's a magical passer, and she has a great feel for the game. So, I mean, what her coach did, I would have done exactly what she did. Make sure she handles the ball a lot, and she'll make everybody.
One name. Simple, direct, and honestly, it might have been the most Luka Doncic response possible because Real recognizes, Luka knows exactly what it's like to enter a pro league with the weight of wild expectations and still control the floor like a seasoned veteran. So when he was asked who his favorite women's player is, and he answered Caitlin Clark without blinking, without overthinking, hit different. He's not a WNBA analyst. He's not offering a hot take. He's a generational NBA talent, speaking from instinct, and that makes his words matter more. There are 100 ways to call a player great, but when someone like Luka, whose entire game is built on feel, patience, and out-of-this-world vision, singles you out, that's not about hype. That's about respect. That it means her game translates. Her confidence isn't just lighting up college crowds or buzzing in early WNBA chatter. It's resonating with the best of the best players who grind through 82-game seasons in packed NBA arenas. And with just a few words, Luka sent a message to the basketball world. Caitlin Clark isn't just a rising star. The game's elite are already watching. But the respect doesn't stop at the court. It's spilling into culture. When Colin Cowherd, a voice known for bold comparisons, mentions Caitlin Clark in the same breath as Tiger Woods, LeBron James, and Taylor Swift, he's not talking stats, he's talking impact. He's talking about people who didn't just shine in their fields, they reshaped them. So when he places Clark on that list without hesitation, that's not flattery. That's recognition. That's placement among the icons. Caitlin Clark isn't just part of the conversation, she is the conversation.
Women's basketball player.
Caitlin Clark.
Really?
Isn't a shot at Angel Resort anyone else. Let's make that clear from the start. This isn't about downplaying others, it's about spotlighting something rare. Because what Caitlin Clark is doing, that's not normal. It's uncommon, the kind of uncommon that shifts down beneath the sport itself. True phenoms don't just play the game, they change the atmosphere. They spike TV ratings, crash ticketing websites, and sell out arenas on weeknights. They turn an ordinary Tuesday into a primetime event. That's what Clark is doing, not just for the WNBA, but for the entire world of basketball. She's not waiting for the league to rise to her level. She's grabbing it, lifting it, and dragging it into the national spotlight with every game. Every pass, every pull-up from the logo. So when Colin Cowherd, famous for drawing the big picture arcs in Sportez, she belongs in the same breath as Tiger Woods and LeBron James. He's not talking about what she could become. He's talking about what she already is. Because Caitlin Clark doesn't just have the spotlight. She is the spotlight. But there's a cost to being the one. This kind of attention doesn't come without pressure. Every move, every word, every glance gets magnified. Every game becomes a referendum. Every mistake, a headline. Every success, an expectation. Clark plays with fire, passion, edge, intensity, and that fire is part of what makes her magnetic. It's also what makes her a target. Because when you're seen as the face of a league, whether officially crowned or culturally chosen, you don't just face defenders on the court. As Michael Thompson pointed out, sometimes the real challenge is the system itself. And yet, through it all, Caitlin Clark keeps showing up, keeps elevating, keeps rewriting the script.
Angel Reese is a good player. She's not a phenomenon. Tiger was. LeBron was. Taylor Swift is. Caitlin Clark.
That flagrant foul that she committed the other day, I thought it was a hard foul. I didn't think it was a flagrant foul, but I think they do that, Dan, because they overreact to everything Caitlin does. Is they don't want to show like they're showing any favoritism to her. So we got to upgrade it to a flagrant foul, because if we don't, then people say, well, we're protecting her by not upgrading it to a flagrant foul. So I think that's why the referees overreacted in that.
Like, if you being real, what do Angel Reese get that Caitlin Clark don't get? Why would she hate her?
Caitlin Clark was a bad guy. She was the one that was with everybody, doing all this, waving, turning her back on everybody. Everybody's like, oh, she's a